Pay attention to your surroundings when you're out. They can tell you a lot of different things, especially when you're looking for water. I found these game trails and we've been following them for a little ways, but what I like to see is where two game trails converge together. So what that tells me is, you know, this game trail here, the animals that are spending their days or nights out in that direction are walking the path of least resistance, just like we would, to head towards the water because they know where it is. And then we've got this trail over here that animals that are kind of on that side of this area are using, and this is their travel path to the same probable water source. So where this trail comes in and this trail come in forms kind of a V, which we've got a perfect example of right in front of us, and they converge into a more common path of least resistance, and that V typically will point the direction to the water, or at least the resource that all these animals in this area are heading to. So paying attention to the trails, trail convergences like this, a lot of times just thinking about what's going on and why these were formed and how they were formed will lead you to the resources that you need when you're out in the field as well. So trail coming in, comes to there. This trail's coming from here. They come together right there and form a by water because the animals need the water resource as well. I mean, this is I wouldn't call it a stagnant. It looks like it has a lot of life in it. You've got aquatic plants that look healthy in there. Those aquatic plants, I bet if I walk up here to the edge, I'll get amphibians, I'll get the frogs jumping in there. And for me, that's a great sign because, you know, amphibians like frogs, you know, they kind of absorb a lot of things through their skin. So if you get an area that's devoid of wildlife, you know, no frogs, no fish in there, no sign of life, then, you know, it's a good possibility that that's kind of a toxic kind of environment and not a good habitat for them to live in. But if I see frogs and fish and aquatic plants like that are lush and green, then I'm not so worried about the toxicity in this area. There's nothing in here that's killing the frogs off like a chemical or an industrial type poison that I'm worried about. So that's a good sign for me. Problem is I need to think about things long term. And while I did find water, you know, there's not really a place for me to be able to fill up very easily without chancing falling in and getting wet. Getting my feet wet at a minimum is not something I really want to risk if I don't have to. I just found the water resource. There's a lot of areas all the way around it that could be better to actually fill up water. So that's what I'm looking for now, rather than getting my feet wet right here at the edge. Would I rather have a free flowing mountain stream that's being kind of filtered over the moss and the rocks? Yes, but I wouldn't pass up this water resource. I just want to find a better place to fill. So this will work great for that, just not right here. So this is as good a spot as any for me to get some water. There are a lot of things happening here. This pond is very much alive. I've got small fish swimming around over here. I've got some egg sacs from amphibians, some frogs floating around in here. I've got a lot of good live water plants, aquatic plants, as well as land plants in here. There's no way to know visually or through scent or anything what is in your water in the wild. So as a precaution, you always treat everything as if it's contaminated. And you either filter that using a commercial filter, or when you collect this, you disinfect this by some other means.